Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We welcome you into the live presentation of our broadcast. And now here is John Baker as he'll deliver it on this Saturday evening. Thank you, Bob, and a good evening, everybody. We welcome you into our live broadcast of Texas League Baseball here on the show. It is the fifth game of our six-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Midland Rockhounds. Well, after the game, sit back, relax, enjoy the best fireworks show courtesy of Dr. Pepper and also Taco Villa as well. Series will wrap up tomorrow afternoon, 1:05, our first pitch, as we get ready to conclude another week of baseball, and also pretty good on that. Rockhounds, they'll head to Springfield to take on the Cardinals for 6. San Antonio will head back home, and so do we, as they take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles for next week's 6-game set in the Alamo City. Go online now at TexasLeagueBaseball.com, wherever you may reside in, and you are good to go. Purchase or print your tickets from Bally Live or download the app, and you are good to go. Don't forget, join us here on YouTube Live as we present you Tuesday through Sunday games, whether we are home or away, and you are good to go. Well, anyway, joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. How you doing, Bob? I'm doing good. How you doing? Doing good, man. Well, anyway, last night it was a pretty good game, and so far, San Antonio lost by a home run, and so far that was pretty bad. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it was one of them games where San Antonio just gave up so many base hits, and so far they literally just lost it in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Yeah, that's true, Bob. They did. But anyway, tonight's a brand new night, and yes, it'll be a night that San Antonio can come in and win this one. Hopefully they will. But anyway, pretty good. Well, there has been the first game, Arkansas and Tulsa. We'll give you that final right about now. Through 7, Arkansas 12, Tulsa 5. And evidently Wichita beats Springfield 6-3. And right now, Arkansas and Tulsa now at game 2. They're at DCJ Field in Oklahoma. So about set to go as we get things ready to rock and roll on this Saturday night. And so far, we are just super excited. Our proud broadcast is brought to you in part by Taco Villa, Roses, and Texas Burger. Join our locations. And so far, you are good to go. There are good eating places in the Permian Basin. But anyway, if you are watching from San Antonio, I don't know if you are watching outside, but if you are, hopefully you take an umbrella with you because there has been rain and thunderstorms throughout the area. And yes, it is coming down pretty good there in San Antonio. And yes, some fans are taking pictures and videos and all this other stuff. But most evidently, it is just flat up coming down. So if you're at home, that's a good place to be. You can have us dialed in on your laptop, computer, or on your TV. Just have us on YouTube Live, and you're good to go. Well, anyway, we're just about set to get ready for the top of the first inning for San Antonio, and we'll take you down to the field for tonight's contest of these two rivalry ball clubs. And so far, pretty good. Well, the Rockhounds now taking the field and once again dressed in their orange and grays. And so far, pretty good. A left-hander, Will Johnson, will get the call. And what do we know, Bob? Gotta say, that 95 on the four-seam fastball, slider, splitter, curveball, and the cutter. Boy, this guy, 5 choices to choose from. And so far, he could get something going real nicely indeed if he could get it going. The shortstop is Francisco Acuna. And we are underway as the game's first pitch has been thrown in for a strike. And the count now 0-1. Happy Saturday night, everybody. It's a beautiful, cool, crisp evening. And so far, hope you brought a jacket because you're definitely going to need it. That's right there, the count now 0-2. Kind of feel weird for a April day, if you do say so. But most evidently, our temperature is at 50 degrees. It'll get down to the lower 40s as we go through the evening. Yes, a cold front just approached the Permian Basin. So far, a lot of people coming in coats and jackets tonight, so that's a good thing. And if you got hand warmers, that's also a good thing. And the pitch. Right there, and that's a line drive base hit up to left field. Francisco Acuna getting the first one for San Antonio this evening, and always a good thing they come in and get something going. Center fielder is Kai Roberts as he gets ready to go, and that is going to be in for a strike. And they're going to challenge this call, and they're going to see where it was. And so the call will stand as no balls and 1 strike. Here is the 0-1. And that one is popped foul. The count now at 0-2. There's the pitch. That's high and outside. It's 1-2. So far, if you're in San Antonio, hope you are staying dry on this Saturday night. Good thing the Missions are not in town this week, but they will be. On Tuesday, we take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Well, with Kai Roberts down, let's go ahead and give you the San Antonio starting lineups. Acuna, Roberts, and Salas would be the lead on 3. Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian middle. Vertigo, Murphy, and Castagnon will round it out for the Missions here this evening. The catcher is Ethan Salas as he comes in and takes that one. The count now 0-1. Runner at first, 1 man down here in this half inning. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. They got him. And that is out number 2. And the second one for the starter for Midland, Will Johnston. First baseman, Romeo Sanabria coming in as he's ready to go. And he's going to glove that one as he hits it straight to first. And in time, that will end the half inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Oh, actually, I should say 1 hit. Beg my pardon. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left as we head to the bottom of the first inning. And it is no score as we head to the bottom of the first. About set to go for the bottom of the first, right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, our starter for San Antonio is Justin Yeager as he comes in. 96 on a four-seam fastball, splitter, slider, two-seamer as well. That'll follow suit in front of his pitches. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries coming in now. As we're about ready to go. And the pitch to him, and that's in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls, one strike the count. And the pitch. And that is fouled in the way. The count now 0-2. Boy, yeah, a lot of rain around San Antonio in this evening. And that's going to be a high pop-up straight away. In time is the left fielder, as that will be out number 1. With that, let's give the Rockhounds starting lineups to the left-hand side of your screen. And there is DeVries, Halter, Nankiel will be the leadoff 3. Pitaro, Man, White, middle. Bovia, Sticky, and Rodriguez will round it out for Midland here this evening. Second baseman Colby Halter coming in. And that is a slider way outside as 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 delivery, and that's a high pop-up straight away left field. Camped under it is that left fielder. Don't have to do anything, just sit under it and wait for it to come your direction. And that's exactly what he did. Right fielder Nate Nankiel coming in. 2 men down now. Bottom half of the first inning. And that's in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. And that is in for a strike. And the count now at 0-2. The 0-2. High pop-up straight away out in foul grounds. And that is foul. So still holding on 0-2. The pitch. Challenged is outside as 1 ball and 2 strikes the count now. They could have challenged that fastball, but most evidently I think the home plate umpire would say that was outside for a ball. He would have been right on that one. Well, a swing and a miss, and that is it for this half inning is over. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Midland. We head to the second. No score as we play an inning. So back here as we get ready for Braden Carpathios coming in for San Antonio when we come back. About ready to start the top of the second inning for San Antonio right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Braden Carpathios coming in as we lead off the second for San Antonio. And the pitch. High pop-up straightaway up in center field. And that is out number one.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Albert Fabian.
Designated hitter is Albert Fabian as he comes in. Sun and clouds mixed as we go through the evening, which that is pretty good. And it's really cool, let me tell you. It's a cool evening, and so far a lot of clouds tonight. Raining there in San Antonio. As we look at it, the air is really cool, so it will be a freezing rain and stuff. Well, the shortstop will get that one for out number two. Left fielder will try to get after it, but most evidently he called off the left fielder. And now here is Rosemond Verdugo. Verdugo ready to go. And the windup and the pitch. That is fouled off. And the count now 0-1. No balls, one strike, 2 outs, nobody on here in the second inning for the Missions. Field completely shrouded in the shadows as the sun goes down. And that is going to be right there high in the air. And that's going to get down line for a base hit. Verdugo hits the second, and he's got a stand-up double. And San Antonio nailed their second hit of the ball game, and now trying to get a runner going straight to home to get things in their favor. The left fielder is Kai Murphy. Murphy coming in, and the windup. And the slider is down and in for a cold strike. It's the count now 0-1. No balls, one strike, the count now to Murphy. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, the count. And the pitch. That's a high pop-up, and that'll get down. Liner straight away, up a base hit. And San Antonio scores in an RBI single, and they will lead it by 1-0. Man, and that ball was hit on the absolute screws. And yep, that was a fair ball. If you look at it, there it is. Right on the, close to the edge. That was a fair ball. So it will go down as a base hit RBI single for the 8-hole batter. That one is the line straight away. That is high, and that'll get down. Line drive base hit, and that will be an RBI double. And now San Antonio getting going. And now 2-0. And that'll bring in Francisco Acuna. Man, and San Antonio doing really good after getting that base hit and scoring in another run. And pretty much a third run is in if Acuna could get in there and get something going. It's 1-for-1 single tonight for San Antonio, and gotta say, just getting into this ball game earlier, much is anticipated. Well, just much earlier than anticipated is getting things going. That is right there. Line drive straight away. Throw across and in time. That ends the inning. A perfectly good inning for San Antonio. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. And they leave 1 left on. 2.5 headed our way. San Antonio leading it 2-0. Well, we will have Bataro coming in to lead us off in the bottom half of the second inning. About set to go for the bottom of the second right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. CJ Pitaro coming in as he swings and misses at the first pitch, the bottom half of the second inning. The pitch. Again, same issue with that swing and miss as he missed 2 times to go after that fastball. Here's the pitch, and that is fouled and away. The count now at 0-2. Still hanging on. Getting set. Wind up. Here's the pitch. That one fouls away. And the count now 0-2. The pitch. That one high pop up. Straight away left. Murphy has it. And that is out number 1.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Luke Mann.
Luke Mann, the designated hitter, coming in now. And the pitch. It's right there in the end for a strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Ooh, chilly evening as we go through the evening. Temperature here in Midland, 52 degrees. About to be a big evening where it's time for the jackets or coats. Here's the 1-1. That one fouled in the way. The count now at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. And that is fouled off. And the count now still holding at 1 ball, 2 strikes. And they got him. Called third strike. And that's a second strikeout for Justin Yeager. And there is 2 down. Here is Tommy White as he comes in and broke the plane on that one. And the count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. That is a slow roller. And the ball is foul. And the pitch. And fouls that one off. Still hanging on. Wind up and the pitch. And that's going to be lofted high in the air. And the center fielder will get it. And that will do for this half inning. Is over. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Midland. We hit to the third. San Antonio leading it 2-0. Cordy Avant will lead off the top of the third on the hill for Midland as we get ready to go. About set to go for the top half of the third inning. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Corey Avant ready to go as we lead off the top of the third inning for San Antonio, and Kai Roberts coming in. Avant now pitching for Midland. So going pretty good on this one. As that's first pitch in for a strike. The count now 0-1. And that's in for a strike. The count now at 0-2. It did. He dusted him off the plate, I guess. Well, John, I think you're absolutely right. He did back him off. And that's high fly in the air, straight away right. And that is out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, Ethan Salas.
Ethan Salas coming in now. 0 for 1 a strikeout last time up. And the pitch. That one right there, ground ball straight away. In time as he'll pass to the pitcher covering for the out.
The first baseman, Romeo Sanabria.
Romeo Sanabria coming in. Two nothing San Antonio here in the top of the third. Ow! And that got him. And they don't get him.
The batter, the right fielder, Braden.
Ooh, ouch. Boy, hopefully he is all right. Okay, so they're going to call a time and let him come in. And the pitch. Right there, ground ball up to right field, and that is another base hit. The 6th for San Antonio.
Fabian.
And that's going to bring in Albert Fabian. And that's going to be in for a strike. The count now 0-1. A fly out to Fabian last time up. The designated hitter. And the pitch. That one is way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. And that one is well crushed. High in the air, straight away right. And that won't do any damage, as that would do for the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for San Antonio. 3.5. And it's 2-0 Missions. So about set to go as Brian Bovias will come in. Dickey and Rodriguez will follow in from behind. All right, about ready to lead off the bottom of the third inning. Right here on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Brian Bovia's coming in as we lead off the bottom of the third. Yep, Bob had to step out and get something. And that is outside for a ball. The count now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. The count now to Brian Bovia, says he'll swing and miss. And the count now 1-1. 26 pitches to the starter for San Antonio, Justin Yeager. Pretty good, as a lot of his pitches have been on high command and strikes. 1-2, here's the pitch. Skied high in the air, up to left field. Murphy gets it, and that is 1 down.
Batting eighth, the left fielder, Jared Dickey.
Jared Dickey coming in now. Here's the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. So far, a lot of 3 up, 3 down innings, a lot of days, but most evidently, some games are not even like that. Some could be high-scoring games. And that is a pitch clock violation, and that'd be the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. And that is in for a strike. The count now 1-2. 1-2, the count now to Dickey, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him.
Batting ninth, the catcher, C.J. Rodriguez.
That'll bring in C.J. Rodriguez. Rodriguez ready to go. And the pitch is in for a strike. And the count now 0-1. 1 o'clock tomorrow, our broadcast time. Don't forget, we are live Tuesday, 7:05, there at Wolf Stadium. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Well, for tomorrow, we definitely got to check the weather, as we all know, because apparently with it being a little chilly this evening, with temperatures going down to at least by 43, kind of feels like a little bit of winter weather. Yeah, for sure, John. Oh, hi, Bob. When'd you come in? I kind of sneaked in and figured out you were ending the end of the third inning right now. So no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Midland as we head to the fourth. San Antonio leads it 2-0. Thank you, Bob. Well, you heard what the man said. We're going to be back as we get ready for the fourth for San Antonio when we come back. Now set to go for the top of the fourth inning for San Antonio right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Rosemont Verdugo coming in as we lead off the fourth for San Antonio here this evening. And gotta say, it is just a chilly evening as we get going right there straight away up to first. And in time for the out, there's one down. San Antonio is now 52 degrees with a freezing rain coming down. The low temperature is 52 degrees, but by golly, we've already hit nighttime low, but it could go down a little bit lower as it goes through the evening. Fourth inning, San Antonio 2, Midland nothing. And that's fouled off. The count now 1-1. We get cold night in Muskogee. Low temperature of up to 39 degrees. Line drive straight away up the center. And in time for the one out base hit by Kai Murphy.
Second baseman, Marcos Castanon.
Marcos Castanon coming in now, as he swings and misses at the initial offering, and the count now 0-1. RBI double in the second is 1 for 1. And a pitch. And that is right there. The short for second, and they relay it in time, and that's a Taco Villa double play. So they get something going as that concludes this half inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. So we head to the bottom half of the fourth. San Antonio leading it 2-0. Leo Dallas DeVries will lead it when we come back for the bottom half of inning number 4. About set to go for the bottom of the fourth right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, here is Leo Dallas DeVries. Boy, hits that one and can't come up with it. And that is the first hit for Midland. And boy, they come in with a base hit. And now that's going to be a runner in scoring position. Pretty good line drive, but evidently that right fielder just missed the baseball right there in the end. Colby Halter coming in as he'll hit that one foul. The count now 0-1. Flight out is 0 for 1 of the evening. And the pitch. And that's going to be right there to short, the first in time, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, right fielder, Nate Nankiel.
Nate Nankiel coming in is 0 for 1, a strikeout. And the pitch.
Too high.
And that is outside for a ball. The count now 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes, and the pitch.
Hey.
And that's in for a strike, and the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that is chopped foul. Still hanging on. Count now is 1-2. And the pitch.
Hey.
Called third strike. They got him.
Now batting,
And that's the 5th strikeout for Justin Yeager. Well, so far pretty good. CJ Pitaro coming in is 0 for 1 of the evening, and the pitch that is fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. This could be Justin Yeager's final inning of work,
Hey.
and to get something going. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Line drive straight away. And here comes the runner, not in time, and he scores. CJ Pitaro getting a RBI single, and now it's a 1-run ball game, and Midland trails it by a small little margin.
That's a ball.
Luke Mann coming in now. 0 for 1, a strikeout last time up by this designated hitter. Wind up and the pitch. In for the called strike, and the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now 2-1. Or should I say 1-2. San Antonio leads it 2-1, and right there, called third strike, and they got him. But CJ Pitaro gets Midland on the board, and we head to the 5th inning. It's San Antonio 2, Midland 1. Francisco Acuña will lead it off when we get things going for the bottom of the 5th. Straight ahead. Now set to go for the top of the 5th for San Antonio right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Francisco Acuña coming in now as he'll hit that one to a slow roller to short. and in time to first, and that is one down.
Now batting, the center fielder.
One quick play as we lead off the fifth inning here tonight in Midland. Center fielder is Kai Roberts, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. 2-1 our score. San Antonio leading this ball game by the run. And that is a line drive straight away up to center field for a base hit. Boy, just thought I'd bring out the space heater there, Bob. Oh, man, and that thing feels so good. It's a little chilly out in the Permian Basin here tonight. It sure is. Right there, ground ball. Straight away, up to second for one. They get it. And in time, that's the inning. Well, that inning didn't go for too long. Maybe a minute and 30 seconds. But yeah, 3 outs. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and one left as we lead off the bottom of the fifth. San Antonio leads it 2-1. Tommy White, the next batter coming in for Midland, will get going as we lead off the bottom of the fifth. About set to go for the bottom of the fifth right now. The Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, we're going to have a mound visit as here comes the manager as Justin Yeager gets ready to go. And so far they're having a few words for him and stuff. So far just literally think they're going to go ahead and pull him out of the ball game, and so far I guess that is for a good cause to get him out of this ball game. Evan Fitterer coming in now as four-seam fastball, curveball, changeup, and a slider coming in for San Antonio. White coming in as he'll greet him, and that is fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. 2-1 our scores. San Antonio leading the run, and that is popped foul. The count now at 0-2. Oh, and 2. Swing and a miss. And that is out number 1. Brian Bovias coming in now as he'll lead it. And the pitch. That one is a high fly ball, straightaway center. And that is out number 2.
Now batting the left fielder, Jared Dickey.
Jared Dickey coming in now. 2 outs, nobody on. And the pitch. And that's going to get right there, down and in. And that's a base hit. And that'll be a runner in scoring position as Dickey slides safely into the second base area. And now the tying run is out there in scoring position. C.J. Rodriguez coming in. And the pitch. And it's in for a strike. The count now 0-1. 0 for 1 by the strikeout by Rodriguez tonight. And the pitch. And that is right there. And no play. They try to get a runner out there at third, but most evidently they couldn't catch him in time just before he got onto the plate. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries coming in now. And the pitch. And that's going to be right there, line drive, and that ties us up at the ball game. And now it's a 2-2 tie as DeVries gets things going. Here is Colby Halter now as he comes in and takes a strike. It's the count now 0-1. Fly out and the ground out is 0 for 2 of today's game. And a pitch. And that is right there, line drive. That's a base hit. And that'll untie the ball game as Midland will take the lead. It's now 3-2. Well, pretty good shot right there from that camera angle there, John. Yeah, it sure was. Right fielder Nate Nankill coming in is 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts of the night. Here's the pitch. Bill's in for a strike. The count now 0-1. And the pitch.
That's a balk.
And that's going to be a balk. So that is going to be a costly one as that will move a runner up to second and third. Another balk would score in a run. High pop up to center field, and the shortstop has it for the out. Well, I would say that 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Or should I say 2 left on, but that sounds pretty good. And we'll head to the top half of the 6th inning, coming up right after these commercial messages. Well, seeing some base hits and some pretty good ones at most, as a lot of those were ground balls. Right-hander Stevie Emanuel's coming in. As we head now to the bottom half of this, or should I say top half of the 6th inning. And that one is chopped foul. The count now at 0-1. Well, it sounds like you're getting tired over there, John. Yeah, I am. Right there, ground ball, straight away, up at time. And that is out number 1.
Right fielder, Braden Carpathio.
Right fielder is Braden Carpathios as he comes in. And the pitch, the count now. Carpathios coming in. That's a strike inside the count now, 0-2.
That's outside.
Outside for a ball, the count now 1-2.
3.
And that's called third strike, and they take him out. Oh, that ends the inning. Or almost the inning. Yeah, where are you, John? Are you in La La Land or something? Oh, I probably might be. It's been one heck of a day, and getting all my clothes. Getting all my clothes done, and this and that. Wind up and the pitch. And that is right there. Line drive straight away up to right field for a base hit.
Now batting, the third baseman, Rothman Verdugo.
Here is Rosemond Verdugo. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That is a base hit. In safely as the run is in to score on that RBI triple. Well, now tied at 3 apiece on that one. And a pitch. And that's going to be lofted high in the air. And that will do it for the half inning. It's over. But Rosemond Verdugo will put a run on the board for San Antonio. And we are tied 3-3. So we'll be back in our broadcast as CJ Pitaro, man and white, will lead it for the bottom of the 6th when we come back. Well, we are back after a long break, and we're about ready to go for the bottom of the sixth. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. 3-3 tie here in Midland as we get set to go for the bottom of the sixth inning. CJ Pitaro coming in. Wind up and to pitch it. That's going to be a ground ball. Hopper one time. Straight away as the first baseman will take it himself, and that is out number one. Luke Mann, the designated hitter, is 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts. Wind up and the pitch. And that one is bashed. That's high in the air, and that is gone. And a home run by Luke Mann, his first of the day. And that will make the home crowd go nuts. Yeah, that's a 363 foot with an exit velocity of 99 miles an hour. Pretty unique on how that fastball turned out to be. Well, that's going to set for the manager to come out of the bullpen. And that will do for the first reliever. As here comes the manager, and so far that will do for this one.
Now pitching for San Antonio.
All right, Sean Boyle getting ready to go, the right-hander. Sean Boyle now pitching for San Antonio. Tommy White coming in and is set to go, and the pitch. And that's going to be lofted high in the air, up to straightaway center, and in time, that's out number 2. Brian Bovis coming in now. Bovius coming in is set to go. And the pitch. And that's in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Final game tomorrow afternoon. 1:05 our first pitch. And so far, we are just close to wrapping up another week of baseball. San Antonio went through 3 with Tulsa, 6 at Corpus Christi, 6 with Midland, and now about ready for week 4, taking on the Sod Poodles. And right there, called third strike, and that will do it. But Luke Mann gets in and gets a home run to put the Rockhounds back out in front. And we head to the 7th inning, Midland leading it 4-3. So we're about set to go for the 7th inning. It's Marcos Castañon, Acuna, and Roberts to lead us off. It's Midland 4, San Antonio 3. About set to go for the top half of the 7th inning right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Marcos Castañon getting ready to go, 7th inning. Midland leading this game 4-3. And the cutter is outside. And the count now is 1 ball, no strikes. Emmanuel's now at 12 pitches. Getting going in this ball game. That's a high pop-up straight away up the right field in time. And that is out number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop, Francisco.
Shortstop is Francisco Acuna as he comes in as 1 for 3 in the single. And the pitch, that is out of play, foul, and the count now 0-1. And the pitch. And that is right there, driven up the middle. But the shortstop will throw him out at first and in time for out number 2. And that's going to bring in Kai Roberts. Well, Matt Crook will come in as that will get going for a new arm. Crook now pitching for Midland. His ERA 5.40 over 20% of strikeout rates, 444 and 250. Center fielder Roberts coming in as now 2 outs and nobody on. Top of the 7th inning here in this one. And the pitch, that is right there, driven up to the first baseman, and that's the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that does it. 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark as we give you the bottom of the 7th coming up. Midland leading it 4-3. So we'll be right back as Jared Dickey will come in. We lead off the bottom half of the stretch inning. Now set to go for the bottom half of the 7th inning. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, Jared Dickey coming in now as we lead off the bottom of the 7th inning as he'll take a strike inside. It's the count now at 0-1. This is a close game between the two ball clubs. Midland leading a run ahead of San Antonio. It's 4-3. High pop-up straightaway up the left field. Murphy has it, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, catcher C.J. Rodriguez.
C.J. Rodriguez was a fielder's choice. A run, a strikeout is 0 for 2 of the night. And the pitch right there, and that is out number 2. It won't get foul.
Now batting.
But I tell you one thing, that was a rough out right there. But evidently most worth it is getting in. High pop up to right field. And the right fielder will run it down, and that ends the inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Midland as we head for the 8th inning. Midland leading 4-3. About set to go as we lead off for Ethan Salas, the catcher. Sanabria getting ready to go. And Carpathios right behind the other batter. And we'll be ready to go in this one. Now set to go for the 8th inning. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Ethan Salas coming in as we lead off the top of the San Antonio 8th inning. As the first pitch is in for a strike, the count now at 0-1. Boy, so far, getting pretty good in this ball game. Midland looking to secure their 10th of the season. San Antonio now placed in 4th position as Corpus Christi won against Northwest Arkansas.
The batter, the first baseman, Romeo Sanabria.
Boy, and that's going to be a rough comeback trying to get back and get something going. San Antonio needs to get a lot more wins, especially with our last game against Midland tomorrow afternoon and next week against Amarillo, which they're going to have to do. Romeo Sanabria coming in, and he's ready. And hits that one out of play foul. The count now 0-1. Amarillo next week, and in 2 weeks from today, San Antonio heads to Tulsa. And that is going to be driven high in the air and foul. The count now 0-2. After that, it's 12 games in San Antonio with Midland and Wichita. And that's going to be line drive. That's a base hit. Straightaway center field. After that, we'll head to Frisco to take on the Frisco Rough Riders. Then back to take on Corpus Christi right after that. After that, we'll head to Wichita to lead off the month of June. Back home to take on the Rough Riders, and then 12 games on the road. We head to Corpus Christi for 6, Arkansas for the next 6. Here's the 1-0. And that's going to be right there, line drive. That is out number 2. And San Antonio down to their final 4 outs here tonight. Albert Fabian coming in, 1 for 3 single. Tying run up at first base as Fabian tries to get the game back in San Antonio's favor. And that is fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. All right, final scores. Corpus Christi winning 9-5 against Northwest Arkansas, and they get their 7th of the season. And they'll put them straight to a 3rd place, which will put San Antonio down to 4th place. Arkansas won a split half against the Tulsa Drillers. First game 12-5 through 7, and then the second half of that 7, Tulsa won 2-1. Springfield getting beat by Wichita. The final score 6-3. Well, that would pretty much do it, as that will be the side retired. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on for San Antonio. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Rockhounds lead 4-3. Frisco had a final 5-4, beating the Amarillo Sod Poodles, and so far that is pretty good. Bottom of 8 coming up, and that'd be Halter, Nankiel, and Pitaro. We'll lead it off for Midland when we come back. Bottom half of the 8th inning set to go for Midland right now. The Rockhounds Baseball Network. Colby Halter, the next man up, will lead it off for Midland. Bottom half of the 8th inning, Rockhounds leading 4-3 in this ball game. That is straight away, high in the air, up to right field. Carpathios getting after it and makes the play for out number 1. Nate Nankiel is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a pop out. Don't forget our finale tomorrow at 1:05. Gates open at 12, so make sure you guys get here early. Got afternoon baseball, and Nothing beats afternoon games like nothing else. Here's the 0-1. High in the air, straight away. First baseman will get it, and that is out number 2. A lot of rain on the radar as we look at San Antonio, Bob. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it's getting pretty weird as we all look at it, but most evidently all the rain and thunderstorm activity will be the huge factor of the evening, and yes, there is a lot of it, for sure. CJ Pitaro coming in. RBI single in the 4th is 1 for 3. So far, we can't wait to see Midland next month when we take them on there in San Antonio. And then it is my 33rd birthday, which that is pretty nice. Do you feel like you're 33 years old yet, John? I've been asked that question a lot, but no, I don't feel like I'm 33. I feel like I'm still in my 20s. Some people say, oh, John, you look very young. I take that as a high-valued compliment. Here's the 0-2.
Nope.
And that is outside for a ball. The count now 1-2. 16,132 fans today. And boy, that is a good number. Even for a Saturday night when a lot of fans come out to get fireworks after this one. Well play made, as that will do for this half inning is over. So it's no runs, hits, or errors, and no one left on for Midland as we head to the 9th inning. Midland leads San Antonio 4-3. A new arm will be in the process for the Rockhounds coming for the 9th inning when we get ready to come back. Now set to go for the top half of the 9th inning. Right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Giraffe Hartley, Hartley now pitching for Midland as he comes in. And yes, you do see his numbers on the side of your screen right there as he will come in. So far at ERA 2160, 20.8, 400 over a .462. Rosemond Verdugo coming in, 2 for 3, triple-double, RBI and a run. Final 3 outs for San Antonio here this evening under dark skies. And yes, we have finally made it to the end game of this Saturday night. That one is line drive, and that is high. And that is right off into the center field area. Now the tying run sits at second base. So I can say that if my calculations are correct, we could have extra innings of baseball. What do you think, Bob?
Well, I gotta say, if the 7-hole batter comes across the score, that could definitely be it.
Left fielder Kai Murphy stepping in is 2 for 3, 2 singles, RBI, and a run. San Antonio trying to get this game and hopefully tomorrow afternoon, and that would put them back to third place. Corpus Christi would be back to fourth place. Amarillo 4-10, losing to the Frisco Rough Riders here in Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. I pop up straight away. First base. And that is out number 1.
Now batting, the second baseman, Marcos Castaneda.
Now tomorrow will be their final game. And so far everybody will play at 1 o'clock. 1:05 for some, 1:10, 1:15, or 1:45, or whatever time it may be until everybody gets started. But San Antonio and Midland will start at 1 o'clock exactly. Here's the pitch right there, swing and a miss. The count now 1-1. Giraffe Hartlieb already now 8 pitches. And that's going to be right there. Line drive straight away in time for out number 2. But now the tying run 90 feet away from scoring in. Now there needs to be a base hit for Francisco Acuna. It's 1 for 4 in the single. Boy, game on the line now for San Antonio, and so far it not looking pretty good as we all look at it. As Acuna will take a strike inside, it's the count now at 0-1. Boy, stadium lights taking full effect of the field tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count now as a base hit is needed to bring in that tying run. And that is a ball high and outside. The count now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count. And the pitch. High fly in the air, and this should do it. And Midland will secure the 5th game. And that will pretty much do for the festivities here on this Saturday night. So San Antonio will get their 8th loss of the season, and Midland now claims their 10th. Well, that'll pretty much do it for here tonight. And so far as we get ready to go, always something good to see. Well, anyway, looking pretty good, as we all know. And so far, a pretty good night as we wrap it up. Well, fans getting ready for the fireworks as it comes in, and so far a pretty good day today as we wrap up our game. Well, anyway, we'll give you the start time. Arkansas and Tulsa, 1 o'clock. San Antonio and Midland at 1. Springfield and Wichita at 1:05, along with Frisco and Amarillo. And then 2:05, Northwest Arkansas and Corpus Christi. The Hooks did pretty good. Corpus Christi now 7-7. San Antonio 6-8. Amarillo 4-10, losing to Frisco. Midland claiming their 10th win against San Antonio. And so far, our two teams in the South and North is Midland and Tulsa. So they are 10-4 as they get ready to get going. Well, San Antonio's got one more chance tomorrow afternoon to claim this finale game and head home to take on Amarillo to lead off a 6-game homestand there in the Alamo City. And so far, that would pretty be good right there. Well, anyway, 4-3 the final as we wrap up tonight's game. And so far, it was a pretty good one. Now, it is really chilly, and yes, the fireworks are now popping off as we give you your runs, hits, and errors first for the victorious Rockhounds. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and for San Antonio, 3-12-0. Evan Fitterer will be the loss of the San Antonio Missions. Giraffe Hartlieb will be the player of the game as he pretty much did 1 inning, and Stevie Emanuels is the winner on the mound for Midland as he will take the win, and so far pretty good on that. So far, gotta say, we're going to look at the schedule for our teams here, and so far, all knowingly, Midland will have one more game against San Antonio, and then the 28th, it's the Sod Poodles and Rockhounds, which that is pretty good. But it looks to me that, San Antonio, Amarillo will have 12 games on the road. Their first stop will go to San Antonio, and then their second stop will head to Midland. So pretty good on top of that. So yeah, pretty good as we end today, and gotta say it was a tiring day, as we all know. Well, anyway, yeah, a lot of rain coming to San Antonio, and yeah, the weather looks like it is expected around 10:30, so it will be a rainy night. There's thunderstorm activity continuing as we go through the rest of the evening, and yes, there is a lot of rain on the Doppler radar, and so far, not a lot going on in Midland, as we all know, but clear skies with temperatures down to the lower 50s, and all knowingly our temperature right now 50 degrees as we get ready to get out of the ballpark tonight. Well, anyway, glad we're not playing in San Antonio tonight. We would have been postponed if it was to come down heavy rain, but most evidently there's just a great chance that San Antonio may get postponed or have to start late or this or that, but most evidently we had to do that during the previous series against Corpus Christi, and so far it was just like that. It was not fun just to get to the top half of the 7th inning, then lo and behold, you got storms headed your way. But anyway, yeah, big, huge line. It looks getting right into Bernie right now. And yeah, it is coming down, thunderstorms in that one. But anyway, yep, San Antonio's got one more chance to get to a 7th victory of the season, and they'll tie up against Corpus Christi. And hopefully that would evidently give them the momentum they need and, get something going. But, San Antonio needs to win tomorrow against Midland, and then they need to get home and take on Amarillo and get something going in that series to claim up a second place position. But anyway, we look at Midland and San Antonio. The Rockhounds up by a big 10-run, or actually not a 10-run, but I would say a 10 wins. So they are 10-4 in first place. Frisco out in second place. Corpus Christi in third. San Antonio in fourth. And last place, Amarillo. For the North Division, Tulsa is at 10-4. Northwest Arkansas and Wichita are tied at 7 apiece in win and losses. And then Springfield 6-8, Arkansas at 5-9. They're down in last place, but winning a pretty good series split as they did the doubleheader today. But anyway, tomorrow is Bark in the Park on the afternoon of Sundays, which that is pretty good. Well, Rockhounds will be wearing their home white uniforms tomorrow. San Antonio wearing their road grays. And then after that, getting back home and getting something going. Well, for my partners and us and everybody here for Rockhounds Baseball, our final score, Midland 4, San Antonio 3. And so far, pretty good night as we close out this one on a Saturday night. And we thank everybody for coming into our live edition of Rockhounds Baseball as we hosted the San Antonio Missions here this evening. One more game tomorrow, and that is 1 o'clock, our first pitch. So we want everybody to know and make sure that everybody comes out to the ballpark live at 12 o'clock. It's going to be a pretty good day tomorrow, and hopefully San Antonio could get in there and win the series finale against Midland, which that would be pretty good. If not, it would put Midland up to 11-4. San Antonio will be 6-9, and then evidently that would have been bad if they lose tomorrow and then head home, take on Amarillo, and lose a lot more than that. But San Antonio will hopefully get their 7th of the season tomorrow, and so far they'll tie up against Corpus Christi and get something going. But anyway, hope everybody has a good night. Safe travels home, and if you watched in San Antonio tonight, that's good. Just make sure you're not outside, because it will be coming down rain tonight there in the Alamo City. And so far, it's just been one of them things. Well, anyway, our final score, Midland 4, San Antonio 3. So hope everybody has a good night. Safe travels. And again, see y'all later. So first pitch, 1 o'clock tomorrow for a Sunday. So I'm John Baker and my partner Bob. We'll see you again tomorrow afternoon right here on the show. Yes, everybody, have a good night and safe travels home. That's right.